Good morning, guys. Welcome back. We're going to do another twin flame reading today. Got the Light Seers Tarot here. Before we get started, if you guys would like to grab a personal reading with me, you can do so by heading to the link in the description box, either through my website or through my Etsy shop. Yeah, whichever is your preferred method. What else? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, follow me over on Instagram too for more twin flame updates. All right, let's see what we've got today for the counterparts. What's going on within the connection today, Divine Cow? Nearly went to say divine counterpart then. Had to just process what was going on. So I guess divine counterpart, what's going on with the divine counterpart connections? Queen of Cups. Gee, someone is talkative today. Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. I'm just waiting for the information to channel through. I'm not getting anything yet. I'm listening to someone listening to Torn by Natalie. I don't know how to say her last name. You guys know. Already torn. The Hanged Man, the Two of Swords, and the Sun. So I feel like I'm picking up on the Divine Feminine's energy here. I really get the vibe from her. The imagery on the Queen of Cups here, it's really giving me the vibe that like she's heavily manifesting stability, financial security, financial stability. What is she torn about though? I'm a lot of faith. This is how I feel. I'm caught and I am chained. Lying naked on the floor. What is the Divine Feminine torn about? This could be the Divine Masculine too, but you know what's wild? I don't feel connected to this energy whatsoever. For some reason, I really get the sense that I'm tapping into a different collective. So if you're here and you're not usually here, this could be why. If you've been drawn to this channel, to this video, and you might have maybe scrolled past my videos before or just simply haven't seen them. This is why I really feel like this is just like a different collective. What is this Divine Feminine torn about? Six of Cups, the past. First of all, this Divine Feminine is going through a huge growth period right now. Like, she's expanding and growing at a monstrous rate. There's something about this Divine Feminine wants, like, this Divine Feminine has a vision, has a goal, has a vision for what she wants her family unit to look like, okay? What she wants her stability to look like. And I'm just saying her, please don't worry about the pronouns, just apply them to you however they fit, it's just the energy. But she's torn about something to do with the past or her childhood. But she's having a different perspective here. There's like divine intervention when it comes to her perspective, which is necessary, because what this Divine Feminine doesn't realize is that she has done a lot of inner work, like so much inner work that it quite literally cannot be the same as what she experienced in her childhood, because she's on a completely different like level than her parents were, or than her, you know, whatever the situation was. It's not going to, history can't repeat itself when you're not repeating history. If that makes sense. Ah. History cannot repeat itself if you are not repeating history. Divine Feminine, you are already much more aware and in tune than your parents were in your childhood. You already don't, like, you don't want it to be the same, so it won't be. The reason their relationship was the way it was, or the reason why you experienced your childhood that way based on their actions, was because they weren't aware of their actions. They weren't aware of what their actions, the impact that their actions had. They just weren't. Yeah, Five of Swords. Wow, Divine Feminine. This is like been on this Divine Feminine's mind heavy. And although you, like, your whole mission thus far has been to undo the toxic patterns that you might have carried on from your childhood experience, you've gotten to a point where you're still worried, like, and this is just an ingrained fear. This is just an ingrained fear. I'm laughing because that card represents that. I don't know if you have children, Divine Feminine, and if that's something you're worried about. I don't know if you've already been through a toxic situation with your child's father. This is weird. I never read for a different collective. Oh my God. Can it be any more obvious? I'm reading for a new part of the collective that I'm a part of, because this is why I don't want children. Like, this is why I do, but I don't, but I do, but I don't, but I do, but I don't. Stop it. I can't. That's hilarious. Okay, not hilarious, but you know what I mean. Okay, so anyway, I still don't feel like I'm talking to me here, but I feel like there's something that I can learn from this. Okay, what else? You're miles ahead of those primary caregivers in your childhood. Yeah, you're miles ahead. That's the first thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know is that you might have gifts or dreams or abilities that you worry about not being able to nurture. Either if you have children or because you have children. And your twin flame relationship is really going to show you that that is possible. The only reason why it wouldn't be possible is if you didn't have that support from your counterpart. And you will have that support from your counterpart because that's the work that we're doing right now. Yeah. That's the work that we're doing right now, the stability and there is going to be so much opportunity for joy and fun and celebration and freedom in your relationship, whether it's marriage, relationship, whatever the vision and the goal is for you and your counterpart. There's going to be so much joy and fun and celebration and freedom that you will get to explore together. And with your children, if children are in the picture or will be one day in the future. And the reason that this is coming up is because that was so different and so far removed from anything you ever experienced in your childhood. That wasn't the case. Memories of your childhood are plagued with struggle and pain and suffering. Your childhood wasn't about wasn't about freedom. You didn't get to have freedom. But your children, if you have them and are wanting to have them, your children will have that. Why? Because you and your counterpart are doing all the work now in order to make that happen. All the work that your parents didn't do or couldn't do or didn't know that they had to do. It's all happening. Ace of Cups. It's a brand new, I'm hearing, Vision of Love by Mariah Carey. I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given me. You have a new vision of love, and this is what you're putting forth. I want to remind you, when you feel worried or when you feel concerned about what your future with your divine counterpart will look like, and, you know, when it comes to having children and the picture of that, oh, something on my shirt. Ice cream, I think. It's not about what if it turns out that way. It can't. It literally physically cannot turn out that same way because you're not doing things the same way that your parents were. Same thing goes for your divine masculine. You are setting yourselves up right now for this better future, for this future, not only for you and your inner children, like you and your divine masculine, but for your children and for generations to come. And I think that's something that's super, super important. And I feel like for a lot of the divine feminines here, there's two, I'm sensing there's two separate groups. So there's divine feminines here watching this that have children and that this is a concern for. And then there are divine feminines here that don't have children yet, that haven't really been interested in having children. And it's from this fear of, or this concern And the concern about not being able to provide or not being able to give them the childhood that you never had, or, you know, the childhood that they deserve as children, being free from worry, being free from poverty, being free from missing out, you know, being able to get your children the things that they want. I know in my childhood, I only got to experience having things that I wanted at a very small amount. And everyone, everywhere, and everything deserves to have everything that they want without restriction. And I think that's something that is super important for these divine feminines, is that I'm not even going to think about having children until I can ensure that I am going to be able to give them everything they want and need, and myself first. And I think that's such an admirable thing. I think the way things have been going, divine feminine, who that is resonating with, you're like, I'm getting to a point now where I'm not seeing any of that in my 3D life. And, you know, like, I have all these talents and gifts that aren't being seen, as much as I share them, aren't being seen with the world. And these are the talents and gifts that are supposed to liberate me and my lineage, as well as my ancestors and my future generations. So why isn't it happening? And I think, divine feminine, there's just a little bit of impatience there, and a little bit too much of a rigid thought process and approach to that. It doesn't have to happen right now. And I know you want it to. It doesn't have to. It's not that it's not happening. It's that it's happening. It's that it is happening. Is that it is getting there. We've got the Page of Swords here. I think there's a need for you to get curious about something. Curious about what? Ace of Pentacles. Get curious about Ace of Pentacles. Get curious about new financial opportunities. I feel like we are curious about that, though. The Hermit. Not entirely. It's, you need to allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to shine, divine feminine. Allow yourself to, like, put yourself out there. How? Because I feel like some divine feminines already are. There's something that you want to do. There's something new that you want to do that is really going to set you up here. And I think it's time to start really being loud about it. Once you are loud about it and you affirm it to the universe, to source, creator, even just in your external reality, an opportunity comes. An opportunity for you to actually pursue that comes. Queen of Swords. Yeah, I think there's too much, you're being too critical. Being a little too critical about things. Or just a little bit too sharp or restrictive on yourself here when it comes to this. There is going to be, we've got lots of aces. We've got the Ace of Cups, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. We've got them all. So there's new beginnings all over this reading, Divine Feminine. And I think there's like an offer. Someone's going to see you. Once you sort of put your feelers out, someone's going to see you and give you this opportunity that you've been waiting for, that you've been trying to manifest. This new opportunity that will give you the freedom that you've been longing for. It's there, ready for you, waiting for you. And if you're like me wondering what the hell this has to do with your twin flame connection, it actually has a lot, because this is going to free up that fear and worry that you have about long-term commitment and what that's going to look like, and if you guys are going to be able to create a stable life with to have the foundation, to have all of your physical needs met so that you can invest totally in the emotional connection and nurturing that. I think that's important for a lot of twin flames here. So let's look at next steps. Oh, let's look at next steps for the Divine Feminine. Vision of love is in my head. And it was all that you given me. Specifically the part right before the bridge. I don't know what those lyrics are. I have to look them up. What are the next steps for the Divine Feminine? Three of Wands and the Lovers. And the Magician. I think, Divine Feminines, your next step is to tap into the energy of your connection. Ooh, this is energy work here. Tap into the energy of your connection in order to manifest what it is that you're trying to manifest. You know, that Ace of Pentacles we were talking about? Okay, beautiful. So how can the Divine Feminine best do this? How can the Divine Feminine tap into the energy of the twin flame connection that they are a part of in order to manifest opportunities for them? Seven of Swords, Eight of Wands, the Emperor. So something to do with the Divine Masculine here, but I'm not quite picking up on what it is with the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Wands. For some reason, I get the sense that for this collective that I'm reading for right now, the way that you can tap into your twin flame connection to manifest what it is you want is by verbalizing and vocalizing to your divine masculine what it is you want, not within the connection, but what it is you want for your life. Because for some reason, I think I just really get the sense that they're going to really want to help you with that. For others of you, it's sharing about your twin flame connection instead of hiding. For example, I am a musician, I'm a singer-songwriter, and up until I was in a relationship with my divine masculine, I would write about breakups and love and everything all the time in my past connections. But since I've met him and been with him, I haven't really written about him. Which is strange, because you think the most intense and beautiful connection that you've ever experienced, I would write about that, but I don't, and I haven't. And I think for a lot of you, others of you who might be artists, or there's something that you do, something that you can do to share your experience, or just even like share what you've been through within the connection, express the connection through your art or through what it is you do. I don't know how. You'll know if that's specific to you. You'll know what that would be. I would just have the King of Pentacles pop out. That's how. Wow. Okay, so that's how you. This is divine permission to capitalize on your connection. Instead of hiding it and having it be something that you keep to yourself because you think that it's taking advantage of the connection, it's not. The divine is saying, this is yours. This is your connection. You and your twin are one and the same. You need to capitalize on this. For some of you, it's part of your mission to share about the connection. It needs to be out there in the world. People need to hear about it, know about it somehow. Others of you need to communicate what it is, like share your deepest like dreams with your masculine. Those of you who haven't done that already. Because your masculine will have either an idea for how to make that happen, or an opportunity to make your dreams happen. Nine of Swords. There's a lot of worry. There's a lot of worry. Seven of Swords, Five of Swords, Nine of Swords. There's a lot of worry about sharing the connection, or sharing about the connection, or sharing within the connection. Why? Why is there a lot of fear? King of Wands. King of Wands. Fear. Okay, I'll take those ones. It's the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords. There's a fear based on criticism. Creative criticism or criticism from those around you. There's could be someone who's quite, I guess, or even maybe criticism from your divine masculine. But there could be someone around you that is quite critical of you, like a mother figure, or this could be yourself. So Divine Feminine, you need to share this, either with your masculine or with the world. You need to share what you've learned so far, or share your experience within the connection. More people need to know about the things you've learned. More people need to know about the things you've learned. And I think you need to be more willing to let people know. I don't know why, but for some reason this is giving you the financial opportunities that you've been asking for, the financial opportunities that you need. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next video.